It's mid-April, and here we have three very interesting Japanese citrus. The two bigger fruits are more modern varieties. The smallest fruit is a very ancient variety from Okinawa, so from the southern of Japan, and is called SHIKWASA. So this is SHIKWASA. It's pretty famous. It's not completely orange, but it's ripen. And the other two are two very modern citrus. One is called ASUMI, the other is called Harumi, and they are related. And both of them are usually ripen in February or March. Now maybe they are a little over ripen, but you can still find in Japanese supermarkets. And Harumi is basically a crossing between Kiyomi and a ponkan. And if anybody knows about Dekopon or Shiranui, that is a very famous citrus, very tasteful citrus, even that citrus is a crossing between Kiyomi and a ponkan. In that case, I think is the ponkan Nakano third variety. In the case of Harumi is the F2432 ponkan, so it's another ponkan, but they could be considered siblings, okay? And the other one, that is Asumi is a crossing of Harumi itself with another crossing that is called Okitsu 46, and Okitsu 46 is a crossing between a sweet orange that is Trovita variety and another tangelo that is called sweet spring in Japanese. And basically these two fruits are very recent, because in case of Harumi we are talking about a citrus that was registered in the end of 1996 in Japan, and in case of Harumi it was registered as a variety in the end of 2011, so pretty new, and still probably only sold in Japan and close countries. And I would like to see the weight, so let's start with weighting the Harumi. That is 152 grams, and let's see how big is this fruit. Size is 58 tall, and it's 72 more or less width. So 68 for 72 is almost around citrus. And in case of Asumi, the weight is very similar, 153 grams, basically the same weight. The height is 60, and the width is the radius is around 66 millimeters, so very similar size and weight. Obviously SHIKWASA is a small one. This is only 30 grams, and the height is around 33 millimeters, and the width is around 45 millimeters. So probably I haven't cut completely. So these are the three fruits that we have. Let's try to see the Brix value. In the case of Harumi, we have this very beautiful color, this orange, with a few seeds, maybe only one. and the Brix level is basically 9, around 9 Brix, so not so high value. Let's try to repeat the measure for the ASUMI. So the ASUMI has this very beautiful, very dark red color and no seeds apparently, and in this case the Brix value is almost 16 Brix. And let's try SHIKWASA juice. So I clean up the Brix meter. SHIKWASA is full of seeds and short of juice, but let's try to measure it. Yes, we have a droplet. And SHIKWASA is very high too, more than 16.5, maybe 17 Brix, very high level. So this is pretty strange, pretty extreme for SHIKWASA, but it looks like it's very sweet. So let's try to juice them. Here we have juiced Harumi, SHIKWASA and ASUMI, and just looking at the color you can recognize one thing. It looks like Harumi has this kind of mandarin-like shape. Even the slice look like a mandarin, and it looks like the vesicles are bigger, rounder, and maybe more firm. I don't know if it is clear to see. And I tasted, and the taste is a little flat, very sweet. So this is 9.5 Brix. It's pretty high, but there is no sourness at all. So it's sweet, very sweet. I have everything sticky on my hands, but a little not so interesting, let's say. And when I juiced, an interesting thing is that most of the slice basically came off from the peel, so it's very easy to be peeled too, and the peel is a little broken, a little overripened, let's say. Here you can see. And this is probably a fruit that is better to eat by itself, taking the slice apart and not juicing it, because it doesn't juice very well. So most of the slices basically came out of the skin, and then it's difficult to juice them. Instead, in the case of ASUMI, this look more like an orange, so probably the Trovita orange that is in the grandparent, let's say, is giving some genes to this fruit, and it's more easy to be juiced. And it looks like the pulp is a little acid too. It's very interesting taste, very aromatic. So let's try the juice. So I start with Harumi. The color of the juice is this yellow. It's a kind of orange yellow, but pale orange, let's say. Yeah, I confirm it's pretty sweet, very sweet, with no other taste. Let's try now the sibling, the ASUMI. The ASUMI is mixed with Harumi, but there is even the Okitsu 46 parentage inside, so it's a little tangelo and a little orange inside him. Yeah, that's a fantastic juice. Very aromatic, a little sour, sweet, a lot sweet, very very sweet, but balanced, because there is even the sourness. So there is even a strange aroma, maybe a little aroma of something more, maybe a little, I cannot feel any bitterness, but maybe there is something from grapefruit too here inside. So that's clear, that is a better improvement of this fruit. So the hybrid is better for sure. Let's see the SHIKWASA, that is a very ancient variety. and with very little juice and a lot of seeds, but let's see how it compares. The color of the juice looks paler than both of them, so it's paler even than Harumi. It's sweet. Yeah, I understand why the Brix was so high, because it's sweet, clearly sweet. It's probably sweet like this or even like that, but this one maybe has a stronger acidity. This has a faint acidity. There is acidity here in too, but is a different kind of acidity. It's less aromatic than that one, but very sweet. So people says that SHIKWASA is acid. Yes, for sure. Usually these fruit are collected when they are green, but now is April, and in April it's ripen and it's sweet. So this is an acid mandarin if you collect this in March, or no, maybe in December or September, when usually SHIKWASA is collected in Okinawa. If you let him ripen, it gets sweet. Probably SHIKWASA is a variety that is mixed with Citrus ryukanensis, that is a very ancient mandarin variety that basically was segregated when Okinawa archipelago was detached from the Asian mainland, basically. So probably this kind of variety is a mixture of Citrus ryukanensis and Citrus tachibana, that is another mandarin that is very common in Japan, and tachibana usually has the peel that is very easy to be peeled off, because basically the fruit is bouncing inside the peel and not attached to the peel. And even tachibana, it's very sweet when it's ripened, so I think this one try to be similar to tachibana. But the interesting thing of this variety, I think, is not just the fruit itself, but the peel, as I told you before, because also I taste the slices, yeah, they have strange taste, not bitter, I will say maybe neutral, just a little. It's most the texture, there is not such a big taste, but the peel itself, it's very famous. Yeah, wow, the peel is very, very, very particular. So that's used for the peel, that's used for the juice when it's acid, sour, but the peel has a very interesting taste, like the smell. I told the smell is reminds a little the yuzu leaves when they are broken, and I can feel this kind of taste in the peel too. It's very tasty to eat. It's not something. It's spicy. It's a little bitter, like it's common in the citrus fruit, but it's interesting. There is a special flavor in it. I can understand why this is grown, because the peel is very good, and probably goes very well with some kind of sauce or vinegar or something. So this is very interesting for the peel, for sure. The other two, I don't expect they have an interesting peel, but let's try Harumi. Practically tasteless. It's difficult to separate the albedo from the zest, but this is basically without any taste. There is a little hint of spiciness, because this is common in all the citrus when you basically eat the flavedo, the zest part, or even the ASUMI. Maybe the ASUMI has the peel that is a little more brittle, so it looks like an orange peel a little. It's more thick and more brittle, but the taste is not astonishing. I will say these are not interesting for the peel. not even for the smell of the peel. Yeah, I would say no, it's not interesting. Another thing that is interesting of SHIKWASA is that it is pretty cold hardy. This is considered to be cold hardy till -9, -10 Celsius. So even if it grows in Okinawa, that is subtropical climate, subtropical weather, it's probably a good citrus for particular cold environment. The other two I have no information because they are pretty recent varieties, so they are not so grown. Let's do a final test with the peel to see. This is very easy, probably this is broken, just touching is broken. So very peelable SHIKWASA. As I told, this is interesting for the peel more than the fruits itself, but probably when it's ripen and it's acid, probably is used even for some vinegar or something like that. I like it, so I think this could be an interesting mandarin, like the Tachibana or those kind of mandarin, but in this case you have even the taste of the peel that is very, very interesting. So an interesting fruit, even if it is an old variety. The other two, let's see. Harumi first. Harumi is very easy to be peeled. Even this one peels by itself, basically. Yeah, and you can take the slice easily. If you slice, you feel a little the fiber, the consistency. It's not exactly the consistency of a mandarin. Maybe it's more the consistency. Maybe the consistency is more similar to Dekopon. Yes, we could say that. There is that kind of sturdiness, that kind of compactness of the vesicles. That is interesting, but the taste is not very hard. It's very simple, simply sweet and a little neutral, not very interesting. The color is paler than its hybrid. So let's try the peelability of ASUMI. That is wonderful too. And yeah, the slices are a little smaller, a little more easy to be pushed away and juice around. But they are like, they melt in your mouth basically. That's fantastic. Very sweet, very balanced, very, very interesting taste. There is this kind of aroma that looks like a sweet, an overly sweet grapefruit. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, the peel is not so interesting. It's brittle, but yeah, the taste of this one is really crazy. I will finish for sure because there is this kind of contrast with very, very high, very strong sweetness. It's extra sweetness. It's very high sweetness, and that's strange because in Japan most of the citrus are overly sweet, are very, very sweet, so they select only varieties that are very, very sweet, like this one. But in this case, it's not like honey, but there is even this acid, this sour bite that comes back, and the aroma too. It is very, very, very good, very interesting. So I think I will finish it because it's very, very good.